So here we are at 7 o'clock in the morning and we're about to do some detecting. Monday morning it was, about 11 a.m. I was about to run my bubble bath. You know, running bubble baths, no time for work on a Monday morning. Anyway, I get a call from Radio Norfolk. Tim Addicott was on the blower and he said, can he send Wally Webb and his Radio Norfolk van down to do some detecting with the Dippy Detectorists? And we said yes, didn't we, Leggett?
We did, Miller. We said yes. He's going to come down in the next 15 minutes. We're going to show him what's what. We're going to take him onto the field, have a few little digs here and there, a few here's, and we'll get back to you with all the goodies.
We weren't in the same bubble bath. we weren't in the same. We've both got girlfriends.
Goreham on BBC Radio Norfolk.
If you're listening on Friday morning, you might have heard us flicking through some of the local papers. There was an article in the Dis Express which said that according to the British Museum, Norfolk has retained its place as the country's best spot for buried treasure. So we put it out there and said, did we realise that? Did we realise that? Well, apparently more than 100 discoveries were made in the county last year. How easy is it to find real treasure underground in Norfolk? How about under the water? Wally Webb, this sounded like one of the challenges we had to set for him. He's on a treasure hunt this morning, a real-life treasure quest, if you like. Where are you, Wally?
Yeah, I bet you're loving it this morning, you know. He gets all the peachy jobs. It is absolutely perishing here. We're out in the middle of the Norfolk countryside. We're at Hevingham with Norfolk social media stars Miller and Leggett, we'll call them, because they could both call Matt, so that will save confusion. Better known as the Dippy Detectorist. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Wally.
It is cold enough here. I don't scratch my nose because it'll fall off. It's freezing.
Yes, absolutely freezing out here. Probably about -20, don't you reckon, Leggett?
Yeah, it's going that way.
Yeah, my feet are frozen. I've got pneumonia already.
But you're all well wrapped up. You've got the spade. I see that's like an army spade. That folding utility spade.
Yeah, you need some heavy utensils when you're out in the field.
Tell us about the kit, the detector itself.
We've both got a Garrett 250 Ace, which is a pretty standard starter detector, we think, which is perfect for us. Yeah, and that sort of suits us perfectly.
Right. Easy to learn?
Yeah, as long as it beeps and it finds some gold, we don't mind too much. But yeah, plenty of beeping, plenty of metal finding.
And you've got quite a following though, haven't you?
Yeah, I think we've got about 650 subscribers on YouTube, nearly 3,000 likes on Facebook. But yeah, that's nice for people to keep sticking along with us.
Yeah, and Leggett, you must have had some success.
Yeah, well, people love the satire about it, and that's the Norfolk sense of humour come together. So if we don't find anything on the day, we'll say we found a King Henry VIII ring, and people understand that that's a joke, and they love laughing with us and interacting with us.
But it is, of course, serious stuff. You could find, serious wealth.
Absolutely. Yeah. I guess that is the dream.
Okay. Are we going to start detecting around this area here? You obviously need to get permission off the landowners to do this kind of thing. Is that difficult?
It's not too difficult because I know the landowner here, so we've actually got permission here, but don't just go buying a detector and start swinging on farmers' fields because you might get shot by a farmer. But yeah, just make sure you get the permission wherever you go and just start swinging.
Yeah. I noticed he's no fool. He said, we'll start detecting over here where the sun is shining brightest.
Yeah, Miller's always waving that white flag early on.
Okay. Well, we're going to start scanning around this area and see what we can find over the next 60 minutes or so. What do you think our chances are?
That's the beauty of detecting or magnet fishing. You do not know what you're going to find. So I guess let's start swinging and digging.
Yeah, you mentioned the magnet fishing there because that's how you search the waters, is it?
Yeah, so we do love magnet fishing as well, but you know, where you chuck a magnet into a river on a piece of rope, but the Norfolk rivers are getting quite dry at the moment for finds. We've done magnet fishing so much that it's actually quite hard to find metal now. But there's plenty of metal in the ground, but it's just getting hold of it.
Okay, and I notice a tripod and everything else. You film it and then post it up on social media.
Yeah, absolutely. We film all our antics and compile together. They started as just small memories, but we sort of compiled it all together and people enjoyed watching it. So we put them on social media as the Dippy Detectorists, and yeah, and people love interacting with us, and it's good fun.
We have a good laugh.
Right, okay. Miller and Leggett sounds like a comedy duo anyway, but we are going to start. Oh, there's that sun. That's better. We're going to have a detect for the next 60 minutes or so, and catch up with us later and find out if we become enormously wealthy.
It'll be worth the cold if you do,
Oh,
Wally.
that was a bleep.
Yeah, I heard that. You found something already.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. We started.
Good stuff. Wally, we'll leave you to it. There's Wally, who is Dippy detectoring this morning. We saw it in the Dis Express last week. Norfolk supposedly the best place in the country to find buried treasure. So we thought, well, let's send Wally and see if he can find some with Norfolk's top metal detecting duo. Now, Wally Webb's waiting to speak to us. Wally, before I give you a formal introduction, how cold are you? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
I'm
all right.
An hour
Just
ago.
move me over there, lads.
An hour ago, we set Wally a challenge to see if he could find buried treasure. This follows on from reports, we spotted it in the Dis Express last week, that Norfolk is still Britain's best place to find ancient artefacts and important finds. More than 100 discoveries were made in the county last year, so with the help of two very enthusiastic detectorists, Wally's been trying his hand at finding some hidden history. How have you got on, Wally?
Yeah, Matt Miller and Matt Leggett, the Matts, or Miller and Leggett as they're better known, the Dippy Detectorists, and we've had quite a successful hour, gentlemen, haven't we, Leggett?
It hasn't been too bad at all. It defines success. We haven't found a Roman hoard of coins, but we have found a few miscellaneous pieces.
Yes, if we could just crouch down here on the frozen earth and look, we've got two little... This is like a foil kind of thing here, isn't it? And you've been very interested in this bit of mechanics here that's actually in working order.
My favourite part today, I'd describe this as a boat or a poach, a bit off a tractor or a part of a combine harvester.
Yeah.
This bit.
And plenty of nails in this field.
Plenty of nails everywhere. I think Dodgy Damien's had his way. Found out Radio Norfolk was coming down here, and come and plant a load of nails before we got here. My favourite part is definitely this shotgun cartridge. I think it belonged to Henry VIII, because when he was doing his slimming world back in the day, he used to run round these fields trying to lose weight, and he obviously saw two detectorists who weren't supposed to be here. So that just shows, get some permission before you go on the land, otherwise Henry VIII's going to come after you.
Exactly, and you can catch up with all your finds as well, can't you, on social media?
Yeah, most definitely. Just go onto Facebook or YouTube and type in the Dippy Detectorists, and our videos will show up.
All right. Well, I mean, to come out in this kind of weather and be digging, you were still enthusiastic about it. Just before we went on air, Leggett, you said, oh, have I got time to just have one more dig?
Absolutely. It's the same goes with magnet fishing and metal detecting. You don't know which dig or which throw will be that good find. So that's the excitement of it.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, really exciting.
Yeah, all right. And your best find to date?
Best find to date, probably, magnet fishing? I would say probably the sawn-off shotgun that we found down near Toys R Us in Norwich. That still trumps them all, doesn't it, Leggett?
Yeah, I think metal detecting, as far as it goes, my favourite find metal detecting would be a thimble, but we don't know how far that dated back.
Right.
It's quite a personal item. So
Right.
that's my favourite, yeah.
Brilliant. So you will continue with your endeavours?
Most definitely, until we find that gold hoard that we're longing for. We will keep swinging and keep beeping and keep digging.
All right.
Keep on a trot.
It's quite interesting, Chris, actually, because not only do we have, I mean, everyone's familiar with a metal detector as such, you know, your little plate that you sweep across the top, and they have headphones that they put on, but they also have what looks like a garden dibber. And that's like the pinpointer, isn't it? That's this thing here, isn't it? And is that switched on at the minute?
No, that's not switched on.
But when they need to actually pinpoint, right down once they've dug the hole, then they can just put this little dibber into the ground, and it leads them directly to it, no matter how small the object is.
Sounds fascinating. Wally, if your initials tomorrow morning are GD,
Yeah,
we know what that stands for.
On the way to work. That was us.
Right, okay. Yes.
Garden dibber. Good stuff. Excellent stuff, Wally. So you keep swinging and keep digging. That's the message, isn't it, from our detectorists?
It's the excitement of never knowing it might be that next spadeful.
It might just be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll leave you there, Wally and the Dippy Detectorists. They didn't quite find their fortune, did they, Tim?
No.
But it was good all the same.
Yeah, well, didn't Leggett say they'd found something for a Henry VIII shotgun cartridge, which I particularly enjoyed.
Yes, I think a little bit of dramatic licence.
Yeah,
I don't know if
they're big fans of the dramatic licence, the Dippy Detectorists.
have they been filming Wally today
Yes,
as well.
I think they have. So we'll have to have a look on YouTube later, see if Wally is a star in their latest video.
Even more of a star than he already is.
Well,
you
quite,
mean?
yeah,
Good
yeah,
stuff from
absolutely.
Wally.
Right, Millie, you got your hat on. Show 'em what's about.
Wally's just left. Let's go and have a look at what we actually got.
Look at all this, Leggett.
There's not many of my finds here. This is my find: foil, wire. This is the shotgun cartridge that belonged to Henry VIII. If you see the number 3 there, well, this belonged to Henry III, and they kept it in their family right through to Henry VIII, and that's when he was using his shotgun cartridges. Right, Leggett, you got your hood up? What you got?
Come down here, Miller. This is the boat, or the poach. Bit of a tractor, part of a combine harvester.
Show them at turn as well, look.
Oh yeah, that's still go, look.
Lubricated farmers.
Love it. Anyway, this is the tag, probably off a bit of, yeah. And then here's the nails, dodgy Damien's nails. We haven't forgot about you, Damien. Anyway, last bit now. This thing here, it looks like a keyhole bit there, and the bit that would turn the key. So that's probably off an ancient door from the Shire with the hobbits. And that'll go on eBay for probably about £1,000.
So here we are, we've had a fantastic time showing Wally Webb from Radio Norfolk how the Dippy Detectorists operate. I will say though, Wally said our Dippy Detectorist HQ needs a lick of paint, so we're going to get on that as soon as we're finished, right, Leggett?
Right, that's enough said about that. Our favourite finds now. Mine has to be the old ancient Shire door that was left behind after the Shire was demolished. I'm going to take this back to Bilbo Baggins and... Nah, he's probably still lost in Mordor with the orcs. What's your favourite find?
My favourite find was the King Henry VIII shotgun. I'm going to take that to him later on and get my money. That concludes our talking on the airwaves for this time. We're now going to go inside, get some cup of teas and warm up. As you can see, we've got 10 layers on. Then give it a lick of paint. Right, Leggett?
Yeah, I got that paint from B&Q, by the way.
All right.
Metallic pink I went for.
Pink?
So that is enough BBC Radio Norfolk in for one day. Thank you for watching.
And see you in the next one.